Something's got a hold on me lately, though I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know I lose control when you're not next to me? I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is, I want your body like a fiend, like a bad.
Aparicio and Antavius roll like tides. College days, Clark, Atlanta, where it all collides. Fred stepped in, the trio came alive. 3 voices, 1 mic, now the stories thrive. Late nights, deep talks, the bonds grew tight. From dorm room dreams to the podcast light. Brotherhood on air, we laugh, we share. Spinning life stories, no truth left spare. Brotherhood on air, pull up a chair. 3 minds, 1 heart, we're everywhere. Brotherhood on air, we laugh, we share. Spinning life stories, no truth left spare. Brotherhood on air.
It's a classic right there. That's a classic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another Friday in the books.
Woo, made it another week.
Man,
Let's get it.
Another Friday in the books with the brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Antavius, and I am one of the brothers.
My name is Fred, and I'm one of the brothers.
my name is Aparicio. I am the other brother.
And I'm Lamar, the last brother.
All right. And before we get started, fellas, y'all know what we have to do. So,
Gotta do.
welcome to another episode of the Brothers Show. Before we get started, please remember that everything we talk about here is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The brothers and our guests may or may not be licensed therapists, medical professionals, lawyers, or financial advisors, and nothing we say on this show should be taken as professional advice. All opinions expressed by the host and guests are our personal views. We also react to videos, articles, and other media under the Fair Use Act for commentary. So viewer discretion is advised. And again, welcome to the brothers.
Oh,
Welcome to them boys.
Oh, boy, I was struggling getting that up, man. I was struggling. I left my mouse. Listen, do any of y'all have like those touchscreen type laptops and stuff, or a wireless keyboard?
One
Well,
right now.
I'm traveling, so I left the mouse at home, and so
You
I
struggling.
can't navigate through my screens, and my trackpad won't work. It's a mess over here, but I'm here. We here. Welcome, fellas. Good to see y'all.
made it, brother. Glad you made
Man,
it.
how's your week been, Dr. Love? Dr. Love, Doctor. They got me calling you Dr. Love. Love, Doctor.
Man, it's been tough, man. After traveling, not getting back to work, getting back in it. But, we grinding. We out here.
Be getting it. Be getting it.
Yeah,
You
man.
ain't had to suspend nobody and put no student out of school, have you?
Nah, man. Nah,
First
man.
day, first week back.
Nah, man. We all good. We all good.
All right. Hawk, I hear you not feeling too well, man.
Ooh, thank God for you guys. Y'all gonna be my doctor today. But dentist, man, people take care of your teeth, because when you don't, they come back and take care of you, y'all. So, but I'm
I
dealing
knew
with
it.
that.
That's why I got some holes in my mouth today drilled for
He trying to
Pause.
get rid of his baby teeth.
I got some old shit.
Your app already starting. He ain't got no mouth pad. Already starting.
Yo, Weems, you.
But I went to the dentist today to get my bottom implants. And they say that this process is painful.
It is.
Yeah.
They don't say that
It
in no
better last
commercials
forever.
either.
Right.
They don't tell you all that in those commercials.
They don't tell you all that in the commercial. They used to be smiling. They ain't tell you how they got there.
Yeah.
So, Hawk,
You
we
guys,
have a hot topic tonight.
you know we got a hot topic, everyone. You know we got one that, you know what? This hot topic is dear to my heart. I'm very, very interested. You know, anytime I can bring up men of the cloth, anytime I can bring up any type of spiritual, religious thing, I'm all for it because that's what the conservative brother does. He brings you guys more than what the other people are talking about. You guys, that's my special gift to this group.
Mhm.
But no, we have a hot topic today. I'm sure the world, especially the black community, but the world has heard about what's going on in Atlanta with Pastor Jamal Bryan. He's been all over the news in various different topics. But this time, he's in the media for what people might say all the wrong reasons. This time it's about him and his wife and the backlash and how other people, his wife, his beautiful wife.
He's fighting already. He just got married.
No, he's not fighting with his wife. Him and his wife probably fighting the community, the black community, and the clergymen that are supposed to support.
What y'all do? What y'all do?
There's being hypocrites, what people in church be doing.
Oh, see, this is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one. So
Let go.
I say we play the clip. I think there's gonna be. I'm looking forward to hearing the responses from this platform because I think we all have a unique perspective of how we're going to address or how we should address.
Tell me what's your hot topic? Got me hooked like I can't stop it. Every word, every drop it feels like love, feels like love.
And how Dr. Bryan should address this moving forward.
All right.
So let's play the clip and see what we got.
I guess you call that a flesh colored dress. I don't know. It's black dress and flesh color. It gives the illusion that she's not wearing anything underneath. And I heard the preacher when he defended her dress by saying, first of all, he bought the dress. And then he said, I want to address people who don't know anything, who haven't been anywhere, who don't know nothing. So I guess our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2.
That's church, folks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. We can attack this. You guys, it's so many different angles we can attack this. You got somebody talk about somebody's wife. You have a man of cloth attacking each other. There's so many various different aspects of if this appropriate for church. We can, however you guys want to take a stab at it, I am willing to hear and listen because I think I have a counter for every one of your responses in regards to this.
All right. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
First, it looked like, that was their place to go to be seen. I saw a shout out to the current Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens. Shout out to a former Atlanta, but the dress was a lot. It's a nice dress, but I think everybody could tell that the dress wasn't see-through. She's still his wife, is she not? So I'm thinking if she's still his wife, why can't he have his wife look good when she's on his arms? Were they going to a church event or were they going out as a married couple?
They went to
Or can he ever go out as a married couple when he is not looked at as a pastor? That's kind of the divide for me, I guess.
Mhm.
So I didn't have an issue with it. What y'all say?
I could give my perspective. Because it looked like Dr. White and App got something to say. They're gonna unload on.
Yeah, man, they loaded. They locked
I
it
know
loaded.
they never reluctant on hot topics, so I'm nervous. But from my perspective, look, I look at a couple of things. Christians, and to App's point, many of times through private conversations, Christians can be some of the most hypocritical people we have ever come across, right? Christians can say they could go to the club, but they see another Christian in the club, they shooting at the Christian that's in the club, even though they're in the club. That's just how, unfortunately, it's been made up, and it leads to what people call church hurt, right? It leads to people getting feeling misused and abused. I have an issue on various reasons, but I have an issue with the bishop.
Really?
Bishop, if you felt that way, call this man and talk to him. Don't address this from a platform, because what you're doing, in my opinion, is creating a whole nother dynamic that didn't need to be said. We're talking about two black men. We're talking about two black men of power. We're talking about, if he felt like he was an elder, he looks like of age, he's an elder, maybe has a little more, well, quote unquote, maturity. Maybe he would not allow his wife for various reasons. Whatever the thing may be, sometimes it's okay to pick up that telephone call as opposed to do it from the pulpit, right? I think that part right there, because it could have been, hey, we were going to an event in a city. My wife loves fashion. This is a fashionable dress. This is my wife, and this is what we're going to do. And it is what it is. Do we have to really attack each other in public all the time? That's what is starting to bother me. Why, as the black community or black Christian community, why do we got to keep attacking each other? And that's where my heart really goes to. Forget the dress. Everybody has their right, wrong answer. But to me, it goes beyond that. It goes to this bishop feeling that he is comfortable enough to talk about another man's wife, but talk about another man's wife who's a pastor's wife.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that. So that bothers me. I'm gonna leave the platform, but that really, I struggle with that, you guys.
Yeah, but you need to speak on that dress though.
Look,
Don't think we were gonna let you off that dress.
I believe that you taught me that there's a time and a place to wear things. I want to wear jeans in the courtroom, and you would, or earrings, right? I come in with my nice suit on, I got earrings, or my supervisor said, he looked at me crazy like, yeah, go home. You're not getting paid today because you got earrings in your ear. What that means to me, there's a time and a place for everything, right? He don't mind me wearing earrings when we out and we got jeans on, but in the courtroom, white shirt, conservative tie, because people are unfortunately judging you. Yes. Even I've seen attorneys who have earrings in their ear, and unfortunately, no matter what they know behind here, they're automatically judged and criticized. So you have to be aware of your surroundings. With that being said, do what you want to wear, but understand that backlash is coming, right? And so I'm gonna stay there when it comes to the dress. So that's me staying in the middle of it all.
Yeah, but what do you think about the dress though? So you still haven't said what you believe.
I believe that I don't see anything wrong with the dress. I don't know if that's I don't see anything, to be honest. I don't see anything wrong with the dress. I can't see the bishop's point of saying it may not be appropriate for the dress, but I personally don't see it. If my wife came out, she looking like that, we walking anywhere with that dress if that's what she want to do. How about that?
You surprised me. You surprised me there, buddy.
Who you choosing to go next, Hawk?
Let's see Dr. White. Let me see Dr. White, because I know Al, he gonna say something that's gonna make me mad. So go ahead, Dr. White. Put a buff on it.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. So Bishop Wooden, I think is his name. Just let's sit down on the couch for a second. So there's levels to professionalism. And when we talk about levels of professionalism, especially when we talk about being models for our constituents or being models to our congregation, like a bishop, a pastor shouldn't be bigger than God. So that means that you got to come with a certain amount of humility. So as you're supposed to be leading people to God, you're pushing people possibly away because you're judging people, right? Honestly, you sound like a hater because maybe you said this to get some line. Maybe your conjugation isn't as big as Pastor Bryant's over there because he's at New Birth, right?
Yeah, correct.
Maybe that's what it is. But anywhere it goes, man, as far as the actual dress is concerned, I mean, we know the woman wasn't nude. She looks good. Haters gonna hate, sis. So the reality of it all is keep doing what you do, wear what you want to wear, but understand just like what Hawk said, whatever you wear, people are gonna comment. If you would have came in there in an elegant dress, they still was gonna say something. They were like, "Oh, well, it's too expensive.
It's too tight.
It's too tight. Is this? I mean, it don't matter. She looked good. She wasn't nude. That's the look it's supposed to give off. But we all knew that she wasn't nude. But I mean, people in a church that are very religious are very gossipy. So and then what this does is perpetuate the stereotype on like Hawk just now said, as pertains to they're two black men, right? If you really want to have a conversation with this man, no one had to know about it. So it was more about your ego and getting something out there to start some type of controversy versus like having a conversation with your fellow, clergymen to move on. I don't think Dr. King and someone else would have been back and forth publicly about this. Let alone, I don't think Dr. King would let nobody talk about his wife.
You're not gonna talk about Coretta with the St. John suit on.
Ain't nobody talk about his
I'll
wife.
knock you off your feet.
I'm just saying, that's Dr. King.
Beat your ass.
Exactly.
Let me put a mark there. I'm not going.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, but yeah, man, Hawk, man, you can take it from there, brother. But I just really believe that there's some underlying things there, and I really think that this man needs to be more professional. Lead people to God. Don't push people away. Stop judging people because you're not God, so you can't judge nobody. Yeah, man. And I don't got a problem with the dress.
All right, well, I'm gonna say this. It'll be real quick. I agree with y'all. All of y'all. I like the dress. But let me tell you something. Say something about my wife, and I forget I'll show you what kind of Christian I am, right? So we can all play that game about that. So, and then did y'all see a picture of his wife? They didn't show it, did they? What I found, because I've been arguing with some of these so-called churchgoers, and don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-church. I'm anti some churches and people in them. And it seems like it's all the women who can't rock that outfit, and all the men who wish they woman looked like that and could rock the outfit. That's what it seemed to me. So I'll leave it at that. We're going to take a quick break because I'm glad they let me go last. They knew I had a lot to say. I probably would have took up all the time. We'll be right back to the brothers. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the brothers on all social media outlets and especially on Spotify, Apple. Yo, get those numbers up. Like, share, and subscribe to the brothers. We'll be right back. I know you'll get mad, but this was J5.
At Parisa when it's heaviest, roll like tides. College days, Clark Atlanta, where it all.
Just one time, he didn't.
Yeah, what happened?
Just for J5, I had to hit you with the shoulders.
Oh, I'm gonna cut it.
My fault, y'all. I talked.
Boy, you need to cut it. No, the Marvel was like chatty Cathy.
Hey, man, you did good. I don't know, man.
I'll stage a ballet on a tabletop. Command. I'll stage a ballet on a tabletop. Command.
Yeah, brothers in the house tonight, talking about love and loss and pain. Real shit. And Tevye Paris so fresh. Yeah. 3 fools from the A, met in college, yeah. Chasing dreams, paying dues. Lamar to love, Dr. Two, dropping truth bombs all night, so turn down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brothers. Gentlemen, this is going to be a very exciting, exhilarating show. Y'all ready for this?
See,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Now y'all understand. Y'all had a little taste of it in the break. She can bring it. So
No game.
tonight,
She about that life.
Say what?
Yeah.
She about that life.
She about that life. So I guys, we talked about, we kind of just tossed back and forth the situation with respect to women and dating and love, because our brother, the love doctor, is looking for a wife.
Tell me, have you seen
The man's in search for a wife, right, brother, love doctor?
Yes, sir.
So we've been trying to help him out and tell him what he should look for, what he shouldn't look for. And so we got in this conversation about why is it that we have such difficulty in dating as black men, black women. We have a rise, it looks like, for interracial dating. Not to say anything wrong with that, but my mom always says, you can't use your comb, don't bring her home. So I wanted to make sure we had a dialogue about that. And in order to have that dialogue, we had to have the female point of view. And, in thinking about it, I couldn't think of anyone who could more strongly represent the female point of view than someone who I know very well, who, like she said, I can handle all y'all. If she can, as y'all see. So I want to talk a little bit about, the Honorable Chantelle D. Mullen. Chantelle D. Mullen is an attorney licensed in Arkansas, Georgia, and Washington, D.C., who's dedicated more than 2 decades to advancing black women's leadership and opportunity. Throughout her career, Attorney Mullen has centered her work on uplifting black women's voices and ensuring equitable access to quality education. She currently serves as Senior Assistant General Counsel for an educational agency, drawing on previous legal roles at state and district level educational agencies. Ms. Mullen also plays a dynamic role in Democratic politics at the local, state, and national levels. She has served as chair of the Georgia Advisory Committee for the United States Commission on Civil Rights, further underscoring her dedication to advancing social justice. She's a member of the Fulton County Democrats, where she previously served as membership chair and now serves as co-legal counsel. She also contributes to the State Democratic Party of Georgia as a state committee member and technology committee member. In 2024, she supported the Democratic National Party's national convention in Chicago, Illinois, as a part of the podium operations team. She was up there. Further reflecting on her dedication to community impact, Chantelle serves as Director of Special Projects for Sisters Lead Sisters Vote, a 501c4 organization focused on building the political power of black women. She is also a member of the Win with Black Women Tech Team and manages the organization's 69,000 member Facebook community. 69,000 members. Now, as a life member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Kappa Omega Chapter, where she serves as the Advocate for Social Justice Chair, Attorney Mullen earned her Juris Doctorate from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock School of Law and her Bachelor's of Arts in Criminal Justice and Political Science from the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. So, listen, this lady is incredible she's absolutely qualified. So I want to introduce to some and present to others the one, the only Chantelle Mullen. Chantelle Mullen.
Welcome to the Brothaz.
Okay.
So Chantelle, welcome to the Brothers, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So as you know, and we talked about, you probably heard backstage, we've been into this conversation about relationship building between the brothers and the sisters.
Okay.
And one of the things that have come up is submission.
Okay.
It seems that whenever brothers say that word, sisters take off for the heel, or if they don't take off for the heel, they want to be getting, real, whatever, the neck roll, tongue smack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, at least I know I don't, and I know these men don't mean submission like get on your hands and knees and rub the floor, clean the kitchen floor. But what is it about that word that has y'all starting to do the thriller dance? For y'all here,
Well, you know what? I think that's a really good question, and I'm gonna start off by saying this: I'm a good old Church of Christ girl, so yeah. So
See, they don't know what that means. They don't explain to them what that means.
well, it's a non-denominational church. We do not have instrumental music. You have to be baptized. So if you coming over, you talking to me about you being a Christian, we have a specific definition of what that means. So where you are, you may be a Christian, but where I am, you may not be.
So I could be a heathen in your church.
Yeah.
And a Christian in mine.
Correct. You and I, if we were a couple, you and I could not get married at my Church of Christ unless you are also baptized through Church of Christ.
I was going to say, what if I was baptized at my church in Atlanta?
No, sir. No, sir.
So you have to submit.
Yes, you do.
So I got to submit.
You do.
If I love her, I'll be okay. Take me to the water to be baptized.
But
you would have to be baptized.
Different world.
So that's the first conversation. So we ain't really even talking about anything. We don't even get to submission if we ain't got to baptism. So, for me, when you have those conversations, because one of the other things, and I've visited a lot of churches, I have friends who are of all faiths and denominations. The one thing that I will say, and this is my personal, Church of Christ is a really learning environment. We study the Bible deeply. And so I have like multiple Bibles that are all marked up. And so when I don't bristle at the word submission, because I start by saying, what's your definition? Are we using a layman's definition or are we using a church definition? Because those are very different things. And so, if a brother is coming over here, we're having a different conversation because we have a tendency to start the discussion about submission from a woman's perspective. I start the discussion from a man's perspective. I need the man to exhibit the leadership. And so my question is, do you have the leadership skills biblically for me to even submit? Are you even qualified, first and foremost? And see, we tend to start with women, but if you're the leader of the household, I need to make sure that you fit the job description, baby.
Chantelle, the moment y'all say y'all ain't have no music, So you'd have kicked me out the moment y'all said y'all ain't had no music. That was
We
gone.
have no instrumental music. And you know what? And here's the crazy part. My mom was Church of Christ. My dad was Baptist. So I went to both churches growing up.
So your dad couldn't go to your mom's church.
He did not. And guess what? My dad's pastor is in Atlanta, Jerry Black. So I grew up going to
kidding me.
Going to Jerry. Yes, Beulah.
That's my church.
I grew up with Jerry Black. I have known Jerry Black all my life.
That's my church.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, it's funny you mentioned Jerry Black because I just talked to, because I sat on the board with Jerry Black, and our producer actually met with him today and mentioned his name. So that's funny. But Chantelle, the concern I have though is when you say submission, you say you're interviewing us to see whether or not we can lead. Does that mean that when we meet for the first time, are you letting me make all the decisions, like where we going, what we gonna eat? I order for you. Is that what you mean by auditioning?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because, I believe in give and take. If I am interested in you and you are interested in me, there are nice things we're gonna do for each other. I might want to take you to eat and treat you. Why can women not treat men?
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. Girl, you better preach.
Why would I not? Because if I'm I gave the clap. But you know what? I am, for all the different talks about love languages, I like to know the people. If you like I like specific kind of ink pens. For me, if you go out your way to find my ink pens, I know that you care about me because you listened to what I said and said, I like this.
Wait, you won't write with you gotta have a special ink pen to write with?
I like particular ink pens. I didn't say I had to have a special ink pen.
A regular Bic won't do?
It will in some cases, but I have certain ink pens that you can't put your hands on.
Exactly.
It's
what was that?
It's mine. It doesn't matter what it could cost $1. If it's the one I like, don't put your hands on it. But if you go and buy me that one, I'm gonna be like, oh.
Well, yeah.
If you don't know the basics about the person you are with, if we have gone out for 6 months or so, and you don't know what my birthday is, you don't know what 2 or 3 things that are important to me are. If you can't tell all of those things, it's problematic.
Yeah.
It is really, really problematic.
Wow.
And so we talk about submission, but how do you submit to somebody who doesn't even think that they should know basic details about you, who would know how to care about you, know what things trigger me, because I should know what things trigger you. It's a relationship because, one of the things that I have a problem with when we start talking about the scripture, the first thing, hold on, because I made me some.
Don't start. You don't really got that old Bible. You don't highlight it.
I sure have.
She did her research. Let her get it off. Let's go.
Well, because you know what? When we start talking about submission, hold on. Everybody tends, when they go to Ephesians, over there in Ephesians 5, we tend to start at that scripture that says, wives, submit yourself to your own husbands and unto the Lord. But we skip that first one.
Yep.
The one right before that says, submit yourselves one to another for the fear of God, in the fear of God.
Look, is that Trump?
Yeah, you just Trump. You just did Trump.
But you know what I'm saying? You skip the first one, and you can't skip because it says submit to each other. It's a relationship.
Yes.
The other scripture it gives qualifiers. You supposed to love your wife like you love the church, like Jesus loved the church. Jesus loved the church enough to die for it. So, baby, what we talking about? Do you really love me, or are you just? Do I just have? Am I doing all the loving over here? And that's what the Bible say now. Because
Bible say.
if you want to throw some Bible over here, don't be mad when I throw some Bible back.
I like that. I like because what Chantelle is very important. Now it speaks. Now I'm starting to understand when you said Church of God. That resonates to me because they are firm believers as the man. They get the submission from God first, and then the man brings it out to the wife. So they teach submission of the word. Men submit to God, like everything that you're doing to God, and then the woman will follow your lead because you're submitting to God.
But
So
I'm hearing that the woman has to first believe in the man in order to allow the man to lead. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
I gotta see leadership. They have to see you following the, like she alluded to, and that is that's true in their church. That is very, very true.
And I just want to give you one point of correction. Not Church of God in Christ. That's Kojic. We Church of Christ.
And God.
Yeah. That's a slightly different. Actually that's a whole. That's Pentecost.
Whole different. Yeah, they do it.
They do a whole different thing.
Or just some of the books of the Bible. They have all the books of the Bible, or just some of the books of the Bible.
We can't hardly hear you.
I said, do they have all the books of the Bible, or just some of the books of the Bible?
Who? Church of God in Christ or Church of Christ?
Church in Christ.
We have all the books.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think what App is trying to walk into this web of, we're not going to fall for it, App. But yeah, yes, it's the Bible.
It was a real question.
It's the King James Version, App.
Listen, it was a real question. I'm excited. She knows my pastor.
I know.
I want to get back to not just the Bible, but the relationship part of it, though. Because our boy Lamar, Dr. White's trying to find himself a good thing. That way to say, right? We want to help him, but see, a couple of us are Samuelian.
Or what?
Well, but see, let me just go on.
You know what a Samuelian is, right?
No, what is that?
Kevin Samuel.
We believe in the Bible of Kevin Samuel. Some of us do, and some of us don't. But from the Bible of Samuelian.
Well, considering he died and didn't raise back up, you need to leave all his theory in the grave with him.
Most of God to me.
Chantelle ain't playing today with y'all. I'm telling you.
Chantelle ain't ever playing.
Well, and I just want to remind one more point, because you have to decipher between a layman's version of this and a biblical version of this. Sometimes people are talking Bible, but they're really talking layman. Because first and foremost, submission is only for wives. So if you ain't put a ring on it, submission is not even part of our discussion.
But how do I know I want
wives.
you as a wife?
It don't say. It just said. It don't
you
say.
Can't audition me, but I can't audition you.
Now you gonna submit.
Right.
Hold on now.
You got to trust now. You got to trust, because
but you just said that you auditioning me, but you were saying you don't have to submit until I make you my wife.
She didn't really say that. She didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
I
said the man has to have the leadership qualities. There's some qualities in the Bible that the Bible talks about a wife should have. And if you're looking for a wife, you should be looking for somebody with those qualities. You should have a checklist in your head saying, well, she got that. She got that.
Yes.
Oh, she acts like that. She does that. Yeah. And if you're not doing that, that's your fault. The Bible is right here.
You better say it. You better say it.
Some of y'all go to church but don't read the Bible.
You better say
That's not my problem. Man. Come on now. Work with me.
Hey, I'm going to tag you in, LaMarcus.
So we went to the biblical portion of it, and I really appreciate that insight, and I understand a little bit more. When I think about submission, I think more about a healthy relationship that's built on this mutual respect shared power, consent. There's no unilateral submission. So I'm not submitting to her, and she's not submitting to me based off our genders, right? Submission. So to the point, should a woman submit to a man if submission is defined as this obedience and this inferiority type of thing? I would say no, a woman shouldn't. Because when you think about just modern healthy relationships, it's about both partners having agency and a voice and autonomy within a actual relationship. So basically, couples have this mutual agreement of how they're going to operate, which means like what I'm looking for is, of course, I'm a lead, but there's some areas that I'm just, it's interior decorating. It ain't me. I can't lead in that area, but maybe, hopefully, like Chantelle just now said, I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna do my due diligence, and I know that the woman I'm gonna be with, where I might be, not so good in, my better half, she will be good in, so she'll better lead in that area. And that's just an example, right? So it's about us yielding to each other by choice, not because we're coerced to do so. Submission should always be something that's voluntary. And like Chantelle said, this is crazy. Leadership is earned. It's not just assumed based off of your gender, right? You got to come out here like there's not a woman I've dated where if I was really into that woman, that I didn't know her favorite color, her birthday, all those things, down to the candy she ate, down to if she didn't like this food or she didn't like that food, right? So it got to a point where we would go out and I wouldn't ask her where we were going because I just know, right? Because you're intentional. So we have to be intentional, brothers, when we're out here seeking a woman to say, hey, I want this person to submit to me. But did you choose the person that you're supposed to choose to submit to you, right? Because when it doesn't work out, then you point fingers at her, but you should point fingers at yourself because you knew you shouldn't be with her because you guys are not equally yoked, right? It just goes down to how we're defining submission, how we defining, if I'm having a bad day and this woman can't step up if I'm sick to take care of me, then that's not the woman for me. Right. So, and that's all for me. This is pre-marriage. I need to see some of this stuff pre-marriage. I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna do that pre-marriage. I'm a yield to her. She gonna yield to me. And for me, it's more like I know Mama said that you shouldn't drink the milk without getting the cow or whatever the situation may be. But for me, I'm at a point in my life where I'm going to have to make sure that my selections are very thoughtful. Because like Chantelle said, if they're not thoughtful and it's not coming from God, then what are we doing?
But do you have to test the milk out, Lamar?
At this point in my life, sir, yes, sir.
So what the woman is of Chantelle's mindset that you ain't getting the milk until you marry him.
So it depends on what you're defining as milk. So I'm not defining milk as okay.
Sex.
I'm not defining that. I'm just defining it as interaction, us going out, me actually courting this woman.
Do you have to have sex before you marry a woman?
No, I don't. Because I feel that if we're on the same page, I know the sex is going to be good because I'm in love with your mind, not just your body. I'm in love with your spirit. We had that.
Well, that boy putting it out there. That boy, get him a wife.
We have some violin sounds around here. We have some violin.
That is a good answer, though, bro. That is a good answer. That is a good answer.
It is the answer.
And it is a very good answer. I'm going to find you a sister.
Hey, find my brother a good one now. Don't just give him anything.
I only need this sister.
Lamar, I trust this sister right here, boy. She just spit some knowledge. I'm out here taking notes, boy.
Lamar, how important is religion in the woman you looking for, Lamar?
I mean, because of who I am, going back to what Chantelle said, I mean, I've been baptized twice. I was baptized when I was a child. And then when I got older, I was like, you know what? Let me do my research. So before I joined my church, you know, you go through all those things, and I got baptized. So for me, I mean, spirituality is everything to me, man. My belief in a higher being, which is Jesus Christ, is everything. So whoever's gonna be my significant other has to believe in a higher being. It just have to be. I wouldn't be here. I mean, honestly, yo, don't get me to talk about my testimonies, because I mean, I shouldn't be here, but God, right? And I can go up and down the list. Like, I lost my brother 2 years ago. That could have been me. I lost my other brother to jail. He'd been in jail for more than 30 years, but God. I'm here because of my belief. So I know I'm here to do greater things. My thing is, I want to procreate, and I want to be with a woman that can, you know, bring that same, you know, spiritual gift, if you will, of discernment, and just all those particulars. So yeah.
All right.
So God is very important.
Trying to get that milk. You trying to get that milk. I see what's happening. You say what you want to say, boy, but you're trying to get that milk.
look, Ab, I'm trying to get you where you at, brother. You got it, bro. You got it. I'm trying to get you where you at, bro.
Chantelle said I need to have my list. Because Chantelle said I need to have my. You need it. Yep. Check them boxes. That's right. Had to check those boxes.
Chantelle, I do want to get back on a submission. We appreciate the biblical aspect, and we know as spiritual beings we go there first. But I do want to kind of get back to the layman terms of submission. When we around each other and we are kicking it, and we amongst each other, and you see men and women, we know you holding us down, so we know you don't take no mess. How does it look when we're in a group of people? When a man says, "I expect my woman to submit," not necessarily from a biblical aspect, but submission in layman terms. I love the way you use that, but in layman terms, of submission of when a man says, "Look, I'm putting my foot down. This is how it's going to go." Not necessarily in a marriage per se, but just in a boyfriend girlfriend transaction. What are your thoughts, ideas, or suggestions?
That's a great question. I want to know the answer to that one. Because at the end of the day, the man put his foot down.
But you know what? We're going to have to answer that after the break.
Look at us. She
don't want
to answer the question.
We're going to answer that after the break. We're going to answer that after the break.
There we go.
Well, let's see. I'm going to submit to Miss Chantelle, because right now we're going to take a quick break. Please like, subscribe to the brothers. Look, we would like to hear your thoughts, ideas, and suggestions. So please We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We want to hear your thoughts and ideas, you guys. This is a hot topic. We want to hear about what you think about Jamal Bryan. We want to hear about everything. Look, this is what we do. We have some very important people, intelligent people, and not so intelligent like App. So we want to make sure that we go out on a bang. Well, see you guys on the other side. Chantelle, you're up.
Oh boy, this is good.
Explore the mysteries beyond the veil with Cousins in the Cosmos, featuring Marcus, the true clairvoyant, and Osa, the spiritual healer.
When you're too hot or your nights are too cold, call heating and air conditioning. Cause what I've always been told, when your HVAC system is on the blink, call George is what I think. Before you even hang up the phone, it's George from Heating and Air Conditioning. Ink is at your home, great prices, professional work, getting your HVAC back to work.
Call us today to get your heating and air conditioning system serviced.
Aparicio and Antavius roll like tides. College days, Clark, Atlanta, where it all collides. Fred stepped in, the trio came alive. 3 voices, 1 mic, now the story's thrown.
I'm like my granddad. My granddad was, I'm from the South, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, down in the South, you still get a whooping when you 23, 24 years old. You know what I'm talking about? Old people didn't play, you know what I mean? My granddad was the type person, he'd say something one time, that's it. That's the way it go. I remember one time back in 1969, I remember that. I was a little bitty boy. My uncle gonna drive his car without any insurance, you know what I'm saying? And he saw me drive my car, so my granddad, one of them old jokers, with him paying, checked all with him, said, look here, boy, you don't need to drive that car unless you get some insurance. My uncle lipped off. You don't tell me what to do. I'm grown. I'm 23 years old. I can drive my car. My granddad said, let me get through eating that potato pie, then you tell me what you feel about that car. I said, oh, boy, my granddad finna get his ass whooped. Man, my granddad beat my uncle to death. You know what my grandmother said? Nothing. Only reason I know she said something, I had to go to the bathroom by 12 that night, and she was talking to him in the bedroom. My grandma said, you didn't have to hit him all in the head. My granddad said, every time he dropped that left, I jabbed the shit out of him. You know how old men are? We had to go buy a refrigerator one time, like the same year. We didn't know no other store but Sears. My granddaddy walked in with my grandmama. My grandma said, I want to look at some refrigerator. He said, I don't care what you look at. This is the one we're getting, right? My grandma said, well, I'm going to look around and see if I find something. He said, I don't give a goddamn where you look. That's the one we get. He said, Bruce, come on over here and sit down, or we're going to be here quite a while. And you know, old people can talk to each other without saying anything. My grandmother walking through the store with the salesman. He said, how about this refrigerator right here? It's a new style. It has a double door. My grandmother looked at it, looked back at my granddaddy. No. I don't think we're going to get down. You know which one we got, don't you? Old men didn't play.
So, Chantelle, you heard that, man. Hey, I'm a Southern man.
I might need him to repeat the question again.
No, I'm talking about that Bruce.
Nah.
Go ahead, man. You want to repeat it?
Sure. So I'll shorten it up. But in layman terms, when a man submission, what are your thoughts, ideas, or suggestions of the processes of a woman submitting in the confines of either a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, even prior to a husband and wife relationship? I definitely hear your stance at husband and wife, and I agree and appreciate it. But what about getting to that point? How do we go amongst that? How do, as Lamar said and as App says, how do we interview the interviewee, for a lack of a better word? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, but you know what? I think first and foremost, you have to be willing to ask the questions, because a lot of times we just jump into relationships and then you figure out you in a situationship. And you haven't defined anything. And so, you know, if a guy starts talking about submission, I think it's incumbent upon women to say, well, what are we talking about? Are you talking just, you know, what's over here in Oxford's dictionary? Or are you talking about what's over here in the Holy Bible?
But isn't that about being equally yoked?
Those are two different things. Very.
Let me ask you this, Chantelle.
What?
You go through Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
You go in, your favorite barista gives you your cup of Joe.
I don't drink coffee, but go ahead.
Okay, your cup of tea. And with it, he asks you on a date. Now, you've been going in there 6 months, and y'all had great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's age appropriate. If Starbucks is his main gig.
Okay.
Do you let this brother take you on a date?
I'm gonna answer this question. Well, no. I'm gonna answer this question this way. Because if I've been going in someplace 6 months, if I thought he was attractive, I would have already let him know that he needs to ask me on a date.
Yeah, that's cute. That's a cute,
No, because
answer.
if we had, but no, because
let's say that
in
let's
here,
say that you did that,
but
and he asked you on a date. Would you date the brother?
I would go on a date with him.
No, would you date him?
I don't know, because I need to go on the first date to figure out if I want to go on a second one.
Okay,
Every
you go on the
date,
first date is great. Would you date him?
I
He's
would
not
go.
leaving Starbucks.
I would go on a second date with him. Because are you
Okay.
saying that somebody working at Starbucks isn't worth dating? He
No,
may be.
I'm saying that has been my experience. That my sisters now I don't have that problem because I happen to have a whole law degree and a master's degree in social work, right? But
Okay.
I know my sisters, and I've talked to enough of y'all behind the wall where they've said something absolutely opposite.
Yep.
Well, you have to start thinking about what does equally yoked mean. You may have a man who has the emotional maturity and he may not yet be financially there, but he might be financially there. You know, you said he was working in the Starbucks. I made no assumption that he didn't own the Starbucks.
Woo! No, I said, well, that's all he's gonna do. Woo! You can
But
woo.
that may be
But I'm
it.
talking real.
But see, you're also talking to a person whose family used to own a restaurant. And while I had my good old law degree, I used to leave law school and go over and work as a waitress. So there were
And
people
that's
who
great.
met me who never knew that I was in law school or
But
practicing
would you
law.
date? You keep giving this brother hope and assets that don't exist. This is what we call in the law. You're assuming facts, not in evidence.
But you keep giving me facts that you keep giving me a hypothetical. You just said, would you go on a date with him? Yes. Will I keep dating him? I don't know. Because I need to ask him some questions.
Would you see yourself theoretically in a relationship with this brother?
If we, no, not necessarily. Because see, I'm not the right person to ask that. I have a document that has 150 questions in it. So as
you're in that damn document, you still got that document.
I have a document, and I'm gonna start asking. You know, it's gonna be nice, so I might ask you subtly. But
you got
wait.
I got questions that you need to answer. And if you can't answer
it's
these
not a
questions,
checklist.
we ain't.
It's an interview.
It's an interview.
150 questions.
Yes, sir, baby. I'm
I like
with
that.
you. It's a life.
That's
It's a life commitment. What you talking about?
I was
Have you ever been in family court? Have you ever been? We got a 50% divorce rate. If you ask them 150 questions, you probably wouldn't be divorced because you probably would have figured out at question 100 that this ain't the person for you.
Start asking me questions. You ain't getting to question 5. I'm gone.
We need to sell this. We need that document. I need that document.
You gotta have questions. You need to.
You do have to ask questions.
I know me. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? If you, I have learned to adjust my expectations in some areas. So here's one. One day I had a flat tire, and I was pissed off. I was at work. I had a flat tire. I saw this guy I knew, and I was walking past him. He was like, "What you need?" I said, "My tire is flat." He was like, "Oh, I can't change your tire." I was like, "I don't need you," and I kept walking. He came back to me later and he said, "Hold up, sis. I don't change tires, but I will hire somebody to change your tires." And what that lesson taught me is sometimes we have control issues. We want to say, I have a problem and I'm going to decide what the solution is. People have the ability to fix things in different ways. I don't think about the answer in the same way you do. Neither does God, because we also tell God how we want to control. This is our problem and this is our answer. And sometimes you just need to say, God, fix it. And you may have a fix come out of somewhere you don't really expect. When we are out here dating, sometimes we've only said, I only want a man who's 6 feet tall. You know, he's got this, and this, instead of defining what are those qualities that will make you happy? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't clean no house. So if you're
But
looking
did
for
it
a
change?
woman who clean a house, I'm not it. But what I will do is hire a housekeeper.
Did you cook?
I can cook, but that don't mean I want to cook. But if I like you, I might cook for you. But I'm not cooking. But I'm not cooking every night. I'm busy. I got a high powered job like you got one. You go cook.
What? But when you get home, I don't care about your high powered job. Therein lies the problem. When you get home,
right.
You're
That's
my
why
wife.
we won't be married.
When you get home, you're my wife. You flip that switch
but
off.
Wait a minute. So here's my question to you. Do you want to get fed or do you want me to cook? Those are two different.
I want to get fed by your food that you cook.
No.
Then why do you want? Why is that your? Why is that? Is it because you think that's what a woman's supposed to do?
If I make sure that you are fed.
Let me tell you why. Because when we go out and I park that car, when I get out my driver's side door, you expect me to come around to that passenger side and open it for you.
No, not necessarily. Because if you pull up at that valet gonna open it for me.
Well, you expect me when we're going through the door of the restaurant or the door to the mall to pull that door open for you. So there are expectations inside of any relationship that are gender based. There may be gender biased.
But see, those are the discussions you have to have. What do we expect? Because a lot of times we expect to have the relationship that we saw modeled at home.
That's true.
And what I will say to you is, I come from a cooking family. The women in my family can throw down. I can cook.
But they ain't coming to my house cooking every night. I want you to cook.
That's not the point. I may cook for you. I may not cook every night for you. Those are two very different statements. And so when you jump out here and say, I want you to cook. No. I'm going to cook. I'm just not going to cook every night. But your ass going to cook too.
Well, you ain't going to want to eat it. You ain't going to want to eat it.
But you know what? You should try. You should try to learn to cook something. Because what if I get sick? Because in sickness and in health don't just mean I'm taking care of you. It also means
Uber and then DoorDash.
But you know what? You didn't say that was unacceptable for me to do, but it's perfectly
it was unacceptable because there are gender biased roles that we have. We're Southerners.
You are gender biased.
You're Southern too.
Every man doesn't do that. I know some men who can cook.
Chantelle. No, Chantelle, you can't. I've been with you. We've gone out. Well, we've gone out, and you expected the damn door to be open. Don't stay on and play on this damn thing.
Okay. But I also know men who cook. I know men who will show up at my door with food if I want it every day that can burn down.
So why aren't you with them?
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
What happened? You had 150 questions.
They didn't pass the interview.
You had 150 questions.
They didn't pass 150 questions, baby.
There has to be some compromise, folks. There has to be some compromise.
There is some compromise.
So let me ask this.
Go ahead.
When men come across women like that, and then they end up saying, you know what, I can't deal with these sisters because they be having these lists and stuff, and they go outside they race. How do you feel about that? And it's leading somewhere because it's going somewhere what we talked about, gentlemen.
You know what? At the end of the day, I want people to be happy. If you're not happy with me, go where you are wanted. You should always be where you are wanted and loved.
Yeah.
If that person wants you and loves you and I don't, I'm not going to be upset by that. See, so one, I'm Church of Christ. Also, I'm Scorpio. When I'm through with you, I'm done. You out there, bye. Go on.
Yeah, he can't get to your Scorpio side unless he get baptized in Church of Christ. So he got to submit to you first.
He doesn't have to submit to me. He has to submit to God. That's God.
He submitted to God.
God, that ain't me. Stop.
So if he submitting to God, but God, see, she already said that Christian for them is different than Christian, say, a Fred church.
And let me tell
right?
but hold on.
But if it's one God, it doesn't matter where he get baptized at. So I can go to Reverend Black and go ahead and get baptized, and we can still get married, right?
And you know what? Let me share this with you.
Get married, right?
You can.
I am baptized.
We can't get married at the Church of Christ, but we could get married.
The only way we can get married. Oh, you can get married at my church though, right?
Yeah.
If your church, we could go to the Justice of the Peace. We go anywhere.
Okay.
We just can't go to Church of Christ.
All right.
So let me tell you a dynamic that I have witnessed in the Church of Christ that I think is very an interesting dynamic, and it will inform this conversation. Of all the couples that I know from the churches of Christ I have gone to in my lifetime, the men will date a woman who is outside of the Church of Christ. That woman will get baptized and they will get married.
Really?
I've very rarely seen a woman date a man outside of the Church of Christ and the man gets baptized. Now, I'm not saying it never happens. It tends to be rare.
So does she leave? So does the woman end up leaving the Church of Christ in your experience? If the man is...
Nope, they tend to marry somebody outside, and and they marry them somewhere else at a different church or ceremony. They don't get married in the Church of Christ.
And then she come to her church and he go to his church.
Yeah, and sometimes they visit each other's churches.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this.
Because
I grew up
tendency not to submit. But go ahead.
So I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a housing project in Atlanta. One of the things that I think contributed to the problems between black men and black women today, especially those of us who grew up in that environment, is that the government, if there were a man in that house, would remove you from the rolls in a lot of instances. They came to inspect your apartment, and if they found men's clothes and men's shoes, you were risking being evicted and taken off the program. So what are y'all thoughts on that? Is it something, were they doing it because they wanted to protect the family, that being the woman and the children, the minor children, or were they doing it, was there a sinister ploy there? What are y'all thoughts on that?
To keep the black man out the household.
I agree with Al. I think that was one of our foundations of how the family at its beginning, how it started to separate. I think during that time, it's the beginning process of removing that family dynamic, however you look at it, man, wife, children, just that as a whole. That process right there, when welfare and things like that, and I think that has created where we are today, in my opinion. That has taken away.
I want to say, I think we gotta go back some years,
that's true.
and say slavery, what took the man out of the household. The system in which society has been built on has continued, to basically push that and create that. And then even we talk to our two lawyers right here, we have policies that are created to take black men and put them in shackles and in jail to enslave them. So I think we got to go back years and years and years. But that's my thoughts on that, Antavius. You already know.
Slavery has never went away. It just reformed itself. And
so what encapsulate this 150 questions, Chantelle? if you were looking for a brother, what brother on TV most fit that 150 question? Is it Denzel? Is it Morris Chestnut? Is it Terrence Howard? Is it Tyler Perry?
I see what he's doing. He went dark skin, brown skin, light skin.
You know what? It's neither of that. First and foremost, the thing that I am looking for is a smart brother, a brother who can hold a conversation. Because as y'all see, I'm gonna hold a conversation with you. And I want to be able to come home and first and foremost, be able to just talk about anything with my partner. Because I want him to be able to,
Get that milk.
Huh?
right, because you know what? The thing that we forget, a lot of folks are focused on the carnal. But the thing that if you capture somebody's mind, if you capture their attention, if you engage them, it doesn't really matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how
Chantelle, you
much
say
money
that
you
now,
have.
but no, Chantelle, I can't let you get away with it. I can't let you get away with that because
I ain't
you say
studying
that.
you.
But listen. I know y'all. I know y'all. I know you. Listen, y'all sisters, man. Y'all don't give us brothers a chance. And then when we go run off and we got Becky Sue on our arm, then you want to say, he wasn't no good anyway. That's why we don't want it. We don't have to deal with that. We can go out and we get a real man. So because now we're a real man because we got Becky Sue. But the reason we got Becky Sue is because of that 150 questionnaire.
But you know what? Becky Sue gonna get hers on the back end. See,
that's what y'all always say. Becky Sue is plotting. But at least I'm having fun with Becky Sue while she plot.
Well, you know what? But go on.
I get it. No, let me say this. Let me say this for America because I want America to think. I don't want Becky Sue.
You throwing that at me like most black men don't marry black women.
Let me clean it up. I don't want Becky Sue. I gotta have a strong sister. Okay. But I understand the theory when brothers have tried so hard.
Have they really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at what y'all did. Look at what y'all did to us, and you and I've had this conversation. Look at how the sisters treated us during the whole Kamala Harris thing.
How did we treat y'all?
Man, y'all have been deserting us for a
yeah.
It's been a minute.
But, okay, but let's be honest. I think y'all did get a bad rap. One, but also some brothers helped to give y'all that bad rap.
How so?
When they're calling her a B.
Well, they don't speak for me.
I got you. But I'm just saying.
We can't put everybody.
The brothers that I saw. I saw a lot of brothers who were on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
I saw brothers who were out there. We had and I'm not saying that they win with black men. That was a whole group of black men who got together, and then they went and got some white men. So they were working together. So it's not all men. It's not all men. To this day, I can go on social media and I can see black-faced accounts. I can't say they're actually a black person because we know that there are bots on the internet and there are people impersonating us on the internet to cause confusion.
That's right.
But what, and you can see them calling her names, just talking about her, in a very negative light. They still perpetuate the myth that she was out here locking up black men.
But she was.
I mean, but that was her job. She was like a she was a prosecutor.
No. But they say it in a way. She was the attorney general.
She was.
The attorney general ain't locking folks up like that.
But when she went to choose her husband,
when she went to choose her husband, we keep forgetting that she was a black woman over 40 who had consistently dated black men.
I mean, that's a double standard.
She went on a blind date.
That's a double standard, Chantelle.
Well, no, you just told me y'all could date Becky Sue after having gone through all the black women. Why is it that a sister who is out here and has been dating black man after black man, or how many black men, or whether it was 1 or 5, I don't know. But if she
We gotta
gets to a
mark that
point
spot.
where she meets somebody and she wants to have a relationship, and this person she likes them and offering marriage, I ain't seen no brother put no ring on it. And she's a cute sister.
Okay.
She's a cute.
What you're saying right now? What makes you think it was the brother's fault?
I'm not saying
That's
that it
assuming
wasn't.
that
I'm just saying that they didn't get married.
Listen, it has to be a reason he didn't put the ring on it, though. There's a reason that he did not. So different people, it's a reason that somebody is not putting a ring on that finger. Why?
But
And
to
I'm
your
not saying
point,
this.
Well,
yeah,
but
and to your point,
whatever the reason, it didn't work out.
But to your point, what I would give Chantelle credit. Listen, she will hold out for her brother. She power to the brother, and I love that. But
I mean, I love black men.
But
look
at some of your most successful black women. They're not holding up for us.
There are, but here I want to say it this way, because I think y'all need to hear a different perspective. Because there is this narrative that black women aren't holding up for black men. That is just false. Black women love black men.
Y'all love to take care of us. Y'all love to preach to us. Y'all love to mother us.
And some of us have been have been gone through systems that gave us the wrong thing. The same way some of our men have gone through systems that have given them the wrong thing. But here's the thing that we have to keep in mind. This is a numbers game. We've got black men who have been locked up. We've got black men who have, there's all kinds of issues. There are more, just start out with the basics. The basic birds and bees. There are always more girls born than boys. Period. Period. And things in our society has exacerbated that gap. And so as we grow older, there are just less men.
So if what you're saying is true, do you believe in polygamy?
I believe if that's what you want, you should do that. I don't, you know what? I let people go do what they want to do.
Would you participate?
No.
But there are more
women. Let me ask this. Could I have 2 husbands?
No, that ain't gonna work out.
See, there we go. There we go. Y'all always want to do it from the male-centered perspective, and you don't believe in polygamy.
Why would you want 2 husbands?
The same reason you want 2 wives.
Oh no, there's a difference.
No. No. But I'm just saying, there are. Let people go. And I'm gonna let you and God work that out. If y'all happy, y'all paying your bills, y'all ain't tearing up the community, go forth and be happy. I'm cool with it, because y'all doing it anyway. Some of y'all are in polygamous relationships and don't even know it.
What do you mean?
There are folks who have whole other families. There are folks who
women got more other
That's
families
my point.
too.
That's what I want to talk about.
2 or 3 women.
Here's another example. Here's another example. Back in the day, if a man went off to war and came back from war, and there was a child there that he knew wasn't his, that man raised that child honorably.
Sometimes.
No, most times, Chantelle. Come on now. But if a man goes off to war and comes back home from Vietnam, and 3-4 years later his doorbell rings and you got some half Vietnamese, half black child saying, "That's my daddy," the first thing that sister's gonna do is pack up her and the babies, and she out.
No, I know plenty of folks that are in relationships and the man has an outside child and the woman is still right there.
Did it happen during the marriage?
Yeah.
Denzel did in offenses.
Well, I mean, but you know, here's the thing. some of us.
Fred and Lamar gave them
Y'all
political
gave
answers tonight,
textbooks
bro.
answers, man. Y'all tripping. Y'all,
No,
the
you know
violins.
what?
We need to do a part 2. The violins are out. And I ain't letting nobody get away with none of this textbook stuff. We ain't gonna do that.
I am not
We not
textbook.
doing the brothers. Y'all listen. Y'all
Look,
y'all 20 like y'all. What?
I'm trying to get married.
They
So
scared of
You
Chantelle.
can though,
everything
but
I said is the truth. So ain't no
Uh,
political answers over here. I believe in some of the stuff,
Yeah.
majority of the stuff that Chantelle said. I believe in some of the stuff that Antavius said, but Antavius, we know how he is. He's hard line, hard to compromise. But hey,
Wow.
It's not a
don't tell the
compromise.
truth. Yeah.
you are a
Tell-
traditionalist.
Don't tell the
You're a traditionalist. You believe in these
Who's
gender
gonna tell
roles.
the truth? I will compromise.
Okay.
look.
Okay. Big bro.
You can have half a piece of put what you want on your half. I put what I want on my half. Is that not a compromise?
That is a compliment.
No. I don't think that's a compromise. I think you just giving somebody what they want to eat. That's not compromise.
What are you supposed to
Compromise
do?
is a conversation that Chantelle was having with certain criteria and all these different things that you were challenging her on, and you were like, no.
Nobody doing that in real life. Y'all can say what y'all want. It is not going down like that when y'all out there, you meeting people and you hobnobbing, you dating. It is not going down
And you
like
know
that.
she's not gonna
And
date that
even-
barista from Starbucks.
Right.
Play
And
that.
everybody
You know what?
Baby.
It's
Ain't
not
nobody
going.
say they have not gone to church and looked over there like, oh, she fine, she in church. And
The
women, y'all be like,
hypothetical-
where you gonna find a good man at? Girl, they be in church and they be sharp too. They be fine. Y'all be tripping, man. Y'all better
Now,
tell
don't
like it
say
is
y'all.
if you want
Now
to.
that may be other folks. That ain't me. Cause I'm serious about my stuff.
Chantelle, you ain't dating that brother from Starbucks. You right. He got to own that Starbucks. It got to be Magic Johnson owning that Starbucks.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. You've been an attorney now for what, over 20 years?
You say a long time.
A long time.
A long time.
So
long time.
in that time, have you dated anybody without a degree?
Oh, that's a good.
What did he do?
Let me see.
But
It's
what
been
did
so
you
long
do?
ago, she don't even know what he did.
The reason why he's not there. It's always two sides. I'm not gonna always be like, what the guy do? I'm a male. Look,
I'm saying, what did he do for a
what do you
living?
do in terms of
Oh, I thought you. Okay.
Women,
Let me digress. Go on mute.
he owned his own business.
Have you
But he didn't
dated
have a
anybody
degree.
with a job since you've been an attorney?
Like a sanitation worker or something?
Yeah. Like a 9-to-5 Joe.
Blue collar
worker.
Yeah, but it's been a minute.
I think it's time to go ahead and close.
Wrap this series up.
But no. He's assuming that I'm dating. I just stopped dating. So
And I mean, in reality, she's gonna be around. I mean, think about it. You're gonna be around professional people. You're gonna be more.
But that's her
You're
environment.
more likely gonna be around. Yeah, you're gonna
She's a
date.
beautiful girl. She got that southern drawl. I mean, the southern drawl is actually what started us to kind of communicate. But I was like, this girl from the South, and she had bite.
She from the South. She from the South.
But you can still be around both crowds. Y'all killing me.
Yeah, but you're more likely. It's like entertainment. People always say, how do these girls in the NFL, how do they keep getting pregnant by different NFL guys? But they're going to be around people they hang around.
It's called groupies. They're called groupies.
I mean, you could call them a groupie, but it's still the definition is you're around who you're going to date.
But that's completely different from what App is saying. Go ahead, App.
Yeah, they call groupies. That's how they get around them.
But I also
actually they got a whole little community of them now. I forgot what they call them. And Taylor's know what I'm talking about.
Wags.
Yeah.
Wives and girlfriends of sports.
Wives and girlfriends.
That's That's their thing. That's what they do.
But they're
right?
around that. That's what I'm saying. They're around
Yeah.
that arena.
Fred, you
So
I
they,
guess
you
that's
around
why
both worlds too. Like
ex-wife,
you're around.
somebody else's wife. I get it. I do get that
Yeah.
part.
you're gonna date who you're around. If you're around blue collar people, you're more likely to date blue collar people. If you're around
Yeah.
educated people, you're gonna be more likely to date educated people. To me, that just makes sense.
That's not necessarily true.
That's
I think
not
that's
true.
true more
That's
so
not
for
true.
men because we don't try hard. We don't try as hard as women do. I'm being honest.
Okay, I'm listening.
We don't
Look,
try as hard as women do in dating
He
when
telling
we're
the
getting
truth.
serious.
I can't speak for that because your boy out there trying. I think we had a point of bringing closure for the night, gentlemen.
Pretty close, but we get in trouble. Everybody get in trouble. Out talking about
Listen, so Chantelle,
we go to couch tonight.
if we do a part 2, because this is a great conversation
We got
and there's
you.
so much we didn't get to. Would you come back?
He might.
Please.
He might.
Look, we ain't past the 150.
The 150 questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you
Wait.
to the Honorable
Wait.
Chantelle Mullen.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
We do appreciate you. This has been an incredible conversation. Listen, we're the brothers, and we do this every Friday. So please join us. Hit that little subscribe button that's down there so that we can always give you notifications when we're coming live or give you something special. Also, go to our website, www.thebrothaz.com, and that's TheBrothaz.com. Go Spotify, YouTube, Apple, where else? Everywhere. Instagram,
Everywhere.
TikTok, OnlyFans.
Don't forget that.
We everywhere you want to be.
All
We
right.
got interactive challenge now. We got an attorney that's gonna dance.
And please remember everything the brothers and our guests say are for entertainment purposes only. And with that being said, it is National Mentor Month. So I just want to make sure, grab a mentor somebody that mentored you. You mentor me, I mentor you, we mentor each other. Let's do it. Love cares.
All right. So thank you again, Chantelle Mullen. We do appreciate you. We're going to see you back on part 2. You say you mate, but I know where you live. So I'll just come over there and just turn the computer on and get in front of it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the brothers.
Great show.